Peace be upon you, grade 10. Welcome to a new video, and this is a new vocab list. Today we're going to have some vocabularies about roots cede and grad. What is the meaning of cede? It means go, withdraw, surrender or yield. Grad means go or step. And let's start with the first word, cede. Figure out the part of speech and the context clues in order to get the meaning of the word. Okay, let's start with the first example. When Roberto got an after-school job, he ceded his position as editor of the yearbook to another student. What happened to Roberto? He got a job after school, right? That's why he has to free his time, right? That's why he ceded his position as editor of the yearbook. What did he do to his position as editor of the yearbook? Maybe he left it. Okay, so the next example, Sweden was forced to cede Finland to Russia so here we have to focus here. What did Sweden do with Finland? Ceded. Okay, it had to cede. So Finland was occupied by Sweden, maybe, and now Sweden is losing control over it, or lose power. Okay, maybe she reluctantly ceded the coveted position as the baby of the family to her brother. So when he was born, her baby brother, what did she do? She ceded her position as the baby, the spoiled baby of the family. However, she didn't cede her bedroom. She didn't cede her bedroom to him. So she didn't leave. So the meaning of the word cede means leave, lose control, or to give up control over something. Concede. Concede is the second word today. What's the meaning of the word concede? Consider the examples. Refusing to concede the election, the candidate demanded a recount. Why did he demand a recount? Because he refused to concede the election. Move to the second one. The principal finally conceded of campus lunch privileges to seniors. Finally, he conceded to give some privileges to seniors. Finally, he conceded. The third one, Britain conceded the independence of the colonies. Britain had invaded a lot of colonies. Then it conceded the independence of those colonies. So what's the meaning of conceded? Conceded means to admit or to acknowledge defeat, to yield or grant rights or privileges. The third word is deceased. Deceased. Okay. All four of my grandparents are deceased. So what part of speech is that word here? Maybe adjective. Okay. Move to the second one. A memorial serves. So who deserves the memorial serves? Who deserves this? Living. So someone who is still alive. Think a little bit. The official magazine didn't release the deceased name until his family had been notified. So the family lost one of its members, and they had to be notified. I'm sorry. So, what do you think? What's the meaning of deceased? Deceased means dead, no longer living, or a dead person. Egress, the fourth word. The lost campers searched for an egress from the dance forest. The campers. What were the campers trying to do? So they were trying to egress from the dance forest. So they are trying to get a way out. Maybe. The baby alligators egress from their eggs. What did they do? They egress from the egg. Okay, so they are trying to go out. Scuba divers who panic and try to egress from the water too quickly risk getting the bends. So they were trying to egress from the water. So it means to go out. So this word actually functions as two parts of speech. The first one is a noun, means a way out or a path or an opening for going out, exit. The second one is a verb, means to go out. Word number 5, gradation. Gradation, so from the suffix here, this word is, exactly, it is a noun. The orchestra's volume rose in gradation until it reached a crescendo. So here it was rising to reach a gradual increase. So it was rising to reach, it was rising gradually. So the word gradually here is so important. The collection of paint samples showed all the gradations of blue, from light blue to dark navy, from the light color to the darkest color. Okay, so here it shows gradations. So what does this word mean? Gradation means a systematic progression. Gradient. The road had such steep, consider the word steep. Okay, steep gradient. So gradient here is a noun. It has two adjectives. One is article a, and then the second one is steep. So this is a noun. That it was difficult, consider this. It was difficult for drivers of large trucks to keep their speed in check on the downhill. So it was not that easy for them to drive over these steep gradients. So what's the meaning of gradient? Consider the second example. The path goes up at a pretty steep gradient before leveling off. Okay, so here goes up at a pretty steep, something that's very steep. What we call it? So gradient means a slope. Gradient means a slope, or a rate of inclination. Predecessor, and consider here the prefix pre, that means before. The first example, the new governor emphasized the need to improve the state's public education system more than her predecessor had. Okay, so we have two governors here. Okay, the new one considers the importance of the educational system. The former one, his predecessor didn't confess or didn't emphasize something like that. Okay, so what is the meaning of predecessor? Okay, consider the second example. Today, computers are much faster than their predecessors were. So, the computers of nowadays are much faster than the former, the old computers. Okay, so what's the meaning of predecessor? Someone or something that comes before another. Someone or something that comes before another. Regress. When the trainer went on vacation, the athletes regressed to their former lazy habits. What happened to the athletes after the trainer went on vacation? They regressed too. So consider the preposition used here. Regress to what? To their lazy habits. So it means that they were active, they were energetic when the coach or the trainer was with them, and then they regress to their former lazy habits. Okay, the second one, the patient is regressing to a childlike state. So the patient here is grown up, but his state has become worse. So he is regressing to a childlike state. Okay, in extreme circumstances, people sometimes regress to the behavior they exhibited in childhood. Okay, so they go back to their childhood. So what's the meaning of regress here? It means to go back to a previous, often worse or less developed state, or to revert. Transgress. Lions often attack other lions that transgress into their territory. What do the lions usually do with others that transgress into their territory? So they attack them. What's the meaning of transgress? Consider the second example. He who transgresses must seek forgiveness. So it's about something that needs forgiveness, so it is a crime. Maybe. Consider the part of speech here. So it is a verb. There are legal consequences for companies that transgress the rules. So what do the companies must do when what do the companies do here when they break the rules? Break the rules of cede. So transgress means to go beyond a limit or to break a law. Unprecedented. The legal battles resulting from the 2000 US presidential election were unprecedented. So what does it mean? I think it's not that clear in the first example. Consider the second one. She took the unprecedented step of revealing the truth about the situation. She revealed the truth about the situation, and it seems that she's the first one to do this, the first one to reveal the truth. Maybe. Number 3, such an event was unprecedented in the 20th century. It was the first time to be done. Maybe. Unemployment has reached an unprecedented level. Exceeded the expectations. What do you think? So it means not done or known before, or without previous examples. Okay, enjoy watching the videos. This presentation is uploaded on your Scholera. You're going to find synonyms and antonyms for for each word. Thanks for watching.